Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So you're probably wondering why I'm looking kind of new and crazy all at the same time. So I just did this new wig from some hair that I previously had, but I also just got a new what's this thing called, closure. So I wanted to do something different and come back a little lighter, and spring is gonna come before us before we know it. So I just want to do something lighter. I got tired of the dark hair, so I just want to try something different. I had light hair before, but it was never this light and this much of it. It was like an ombre, so it stopped closer to the ends. So before we get into this video, please click and subscribe if you are not subscribed to my channel, and give this video a thumbs up if you like this video. Just click and subscribe down below. Turn that button from red to gray. So today I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to style this hair. These are two totally different textures, so we're going to hope and pray that we can mix them and make them work. And I'm going to share with you guys how I achieved this color, but I didn't record this video because when I did this, normally when I do bleaching or dyeing, I don't record it because I have no idea what I'd be doing. So I just don't record it because I don't know how it was going to come out, and I really didn't know how this color was going to come out. But I am going to just kind of talk you through it really quickly and show you the products that I use. And if it becomes necessary to where you guys really want me to record how I got this color, I can do it quickly on a different bundle of hair just to kind of show you what I got to. But it's super simple, super easy, and I'm just going to talk you guys through it. So the hair is from Fashioneer She. I believe I'm saying that correctly. I believe the name of it here in the video. And this is hair that I previously had. This hair was from my Is It My Hair or like clip-ins or something like that video. I will leave that video like in the info box or in the description box down below. If I forget, just remind me because I forget all the time. And the hair blends really beautiful with natural hair. If your hair is like more of a wavy, mine is really kinky, so I had to basically blow my hair out and braid it and then let the braids loose to kind of get the same wavy pattern that this hair has. But other than that, it's really nice hair. It's really soft, and it took the bleach job really well. I was really surprised because I didn't know how this hair was going to react to the bleach. The frontal is from Key Ray Hair Company. I used their hair before. Obviously the wig that I'm always wearing on my channel is from Key Ray. I love their hair, and so I decided to get a closure. I don't know if I said frontal or closure, but it's a closure. I'm going to keep calling it frontal because I'm used to wearing frontals now other than the closure, but it's a closure. So the closure is from Key Ray, and it's a body wave, and I'm not sure, and I think the length of this one is either 10 or 12. I will leave that in here, and also the links for these bundles. So this is only 2 bundles of hair from Fashioneer She, and this is their like natural wave or kinky wave or something like that. Once again, if I'm not giving you the correct information, it will all be listed in the description box or in this video, so I can go back and correct myself because sometimes I forget things, being pregnant and all. I'm sorry. But it's only, I think, 2 bundles of hair, and I was really surprised how full it is with the 2 bundles. But I still haven't straightened it, so we'll see how it's going to look straightened, because then it'll probably not be as full because it is still kinky. So the cap that I use to make my wig is this one here. This is the Make Your Own Wig cap, and it's the extra large stretch mesh dome style wig cap. I didn't know they come in different sizes. I don't know if that's something new, but it seems to fit pretty good. I usually just get the one. I didn't know it came in like small, medium, or large, or extra large. But this just happens to say extra large, and it's all mesh, so it's breathable, which I really like. I like these caps that have that band around it, even though I'm going to be putting an elastic band in this wig once I finish styling it. So to bleach the hair for the top bundle, and I'm going to say bundles a lot, even though it's just 2, because the way I had the hair cut on my last wig, it made it look like a whole bunch of pieces. So the top bundles, like the top pieces, I use the BW bleach. I will put a picture in here because I didn't save the packet. And I use the 30, this is the 30 Extra Lift Pure White Developer. I use this with the BW to get these lighter tones in here. So all the pieces that's really light. I was trying to go for a lighter color than this because I feel like this is clashing with my skin tone, which it is, but it's still really pretty. And then for underneath, you'll see that this is a bit darker than the rest of the hair. I use my Prisma lights, and this is the blue one, and I still use the same 30 developer. And the thing with the Prisma lights, the blue one or the purple one, you can't really see as it's bleaching. So it took it about 2 hours to get, let me show you guys, it took it about 2 hours to get to this color, which is obviously darker than the rest of the hair. And that's because like it just takes a long time. And I did put a blow dryer on the hair. It was wrapped in foil, and eventually I just gave up and I rinsed it out. And then I noticed that it did get lighter. So I decided, instead of re-bleaching the hair, and if I don't like it later, I can always go back and re-bleach it, but I decided to just leave it, and it'll have that cool like different layer or different colors, highlights or something like that effect. So for the remainder of the hair, because like the frontal, the closure, I had to bleach that. So for that, I just used I used 7th stage. This is that bleach with the same 30. And I still had some pieces that needed to get bleached. So I mixed the 7th stage with some of the Prisma lights. And the good thing about the Prisma lights bleach, it has a toner built into it. It's probably why it takes a little bit longer to get to that lighter color, and it's not as coppery as the other colors. And so that's why you'll see like here it's a bit darker, even though it's still on the same part as this one, which is lighter. So that's what's giving me these different highlights, is because I mix the Prisma with the 7th stage at the end and did the rest of the bundles that's at the top, the rest of the pieces at the top, to give me more of a some highlights and some depth into the hair, because I didn't want it all one solid color anyways. I did tone all the hair. It may not look so much like I did, but I did, and I toned it with Color Charm toner. This is T10, the Pale Blonde. This is the toner I use, and I only had one box, so I had to make it work. And I left it on for about 30 minutes, and I felt like it did a little something, but it didn't tone as much as I would like. So I'm probably going to go back and either bleach it again to make it lighter or tone it or something. But for now, I think the color is okay. And I also shampooed the hair with some purple shampoo, and this is the Matrix Total Results So Silver shampoo. And the lady at Ulta just told me any purple shampoo will do, and so I didn't need a big bottle. This is the only time I was going to be doing this. So I did leave the roots the natural color because obviously I wanted it to look natural. I feel like the closure looks way more natural as far as the bleach job than the bundles, but the thing is, you're going to be seeing the closure a lot more, so it looks more like an ombre. So obviously you can see I have two different textures going on. And I also bleach the knots to the closure instead of just coloring it with my foundation like I did with my frontals. And it took the bleach very well, and it bleached really, really nicely. And for the lace here, I still have the lace. I colored my lace with my foundation so that when I cut it, it can match my skin tone. You can see my cap here and here, but that will get covered once my closure is laid down flat, so I'm not worrying about that. And I did it to where I can have a side part. So I put the closure on first, I sewed it to where it's at an angle, and I just did the bundles to come up around the closure. So it's really simple, nothing too technical on how to sew it. It's your way, you can kind of bootleg it however you want. I haven't cut the cap yet, so it's still fitting a bit snug, but I am about to cut it. I'm going to take it off and then cut the lace and also cut the cap off. So I'm going to do that off camera and then I'll come back and we'll start styling. Okay, so I took the wig off and I cut the cap and I cut the lace. And I just added a little bit of the Got To Be Extra Glued Invisible Styling Gel. I only added a little bit right here in the front where the closure is going to sit on my head, and I didn't put any on my hair because I don't want to damage my hair. Okay, so now that that is on, I'm just going to take a comb and just go throughout it to kind of help it press down. And I'm still going to add I still need to add baby hairs and everything, so I'm going to do that on camera. I think the first thing I'm going to do is let that sit and start straightening out the bundles. So when I get to the frontal, the closure, I mean, it'll look a lot better. So I'm just going to section it off and then start straightening the hair one section, piece by piece, section at a time, until it's straight. So I'm just going to use my flat iron, and it's on 380. That's the highest temp it'll go. So we'll see how it turns out. So it seemed to straighten really nicely. It took a few swipes and you can still see a little bit of the wave, but I think over time, once I keep like straightening it and all that stuff, it's gonna the wave will kind of disappear over time. The hair took way longer to straighten than I thought. 2 bundles of this hair is actually quite a good amount with a closure. The hair was just because it was like crippled into like crimpled, is that right? Into the hair. It just took a little bit longer to get all the waves out, and even still, it's still a little bit wavy. But I think over time of straightening it, it will definitely kind of ease out a little bit. And I think if I would have like blow dried it, like wetted it a little bit and blow dried the hair out with a comb, I think I would have got them out easier and then came and flat iron it. But that's something to think about. I did do the closure already. I haven't done this piece yet, but all I did was just section it and straighten it, and then I went in with my curling wand to hit the part, because this is where my part is going to be. I did put a little water here to kind of help it, but of course I'm going to have to put some more water and press it and then put a wrap on it so it can lay flat. So this side is more challenging because it was like over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and straighten it. The color of the closure is really pretty. This is the color I was actually going for. It looks really pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and straighten it out. It seems to be straightening out really pretty, really nicely. And it helps out a little bit. As you can see, it still needs to be flattened a lot more. But I'm really just kind of pushing it down. Then I take a comb that has small teeth. I take a comb with small teeth and just comb out the hair to kind of help it lay the way I want it to go. And I don't like super deep parts, so I'm just gonna comb that out. And also we have to cover the tracks back there. As you can see, it looks pretty flawless. You don't really need to add baby hairs. I'm going to try to, because I still like the baby hair look, because it makes it look a little bit more natural. Okay, so I'm gonna do the baby hairs, and then I'm gonna wet this so it all can go to one side. So right now I'm just gonna clamp it with that clamp because it'll usually help it stay. And I'm gonna wet it, put some bobby pins while I wet it, and then lay a headscarf on it, and it should come out pretty straight. The next thing is to do the baby hairs. I don't have a razor, so usually I just use my hair scissors. So I'm taking like a little rat tail comb. So I'm gonna see if I got it right. Take some Eco Styling Gel. One of the things I like to use for my baby hairs, for my wigs, is a spoolie brush. This is just a regular makeup spoolie brush. And I dip it in the gel and just brush the baby hairs. And as you can see, they're still too long. So all I'm going to do next is go ahead and wet it and then put a headscarf on. But before I do that, I want to go ahead and do some layers right here in the front. So after I put the headscarf on, it'll lay really pretty. So I'm just going to take my hair scissors and find like the shortest place I want my hair to go to, which is like right here, a little bit under my nose, and I just kind of go down at an angle and cut away. And as you can see, like, it just adds something to the bang. So I'm gonna take my flat iron and then I'm gonna just go in and give these a little bit more, this is a hot mess, give these a little bit more bounce, definition, whatever you want to call it. So now you can see you have your layers, even though my hair is still kind of not fully in place. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it looks really cute. I mean, besides it like not laying down like the way I want it, it's really pretty. You can definitely see that the other hair is not exactly the same, but it's not really hurting the look of the wig. So I'm just gonna spray. This is some Carol Zarda hair milk. I'm too lazy to get some water, So I'm just gonna spray this here in the front, and then I'm gonna take my rat tail comb and just comb it down and over to kind of, you know, comb the water, the spray down. And I'm gonna brush it, and then I'm gonna take some Eco Styling Gel go over it because you have a lot of flyaways. Take my wand, go over just the front bits, and then I'm gonna take my clip and clip this side kind of like back away from the face. Just gonna push this side like kind of away. This side is always easier for me to do when I do a side part because I always do it this way. So I'm just gonna take my headscarf and I'm gonna wrap my hair and I'm gonna leave it for about an hour or so, and then I'll come back and show you guys the finished look. I'll probably add more layers and curls to it, and I'll show you guys the finished look. And yeah, okay guys, so this is the finished look of this wig. It looks really good up here. I'm loving the look of the closure with the bundles, especially up here. It's flawless, it's seamless. That's what I'm gonna say, seamless up here, where the forehead you can't really see the lace at all. It looks really good, and all I did was just apply it like on how I normally do my wigs. I didn't do anything special, just put my little spandex cap on, put some foundation powder on the cap, and I just used the gel on the cap and then placed the closure there. As far as the hair, you can tell slightly the different textures of the hair because this one's not fully straight, and I didn't really give this one, these bundles at the bottom, a lot of curl. I didn't really give it any curl because it would take way too long. So I am going to go back with my flat iron and actually give it some curl so that it can blend in a little bit better with the Brazilian closure. But all in all, I think it looks really good. I know it's kind of clashing with my skin tone, especially if I use a lot of golds. I love the color, but I know it's just like maybe I can go either a bit lighter. So yeah, I haven't done anything. The only thing I did do was add cheese silk oil to the hair, but that's it. You guys saw me add some layers. I didn't go back and add any more layers. I'm going to go back and add some here in the front, especially like right here where it's kind of dead. But for a first like style attempt, it looks really good. But what do you guys think? How do you guys feel about this color? If you guys love this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about anything I used or I may forgotten or something, please leave a comment down below so I can answer your question or whatever you may. So that is it, guys. That's the full gist of this new wig. Hopefully you guys will see this a little bit more on my channel, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to click and subscribe. Bye guys.